Today is going to be a week of reading in my life, but with a twist. We're going to let the spinner wheel, random number generator thing, choose how many hours a day that I read for the next 5 days. Did I pick a very inopportune week for this to happen? Yeah, because I have a bunch of stuff going on, okay? I spun the wheel, okay? You can look at that and guess what number I got. Yeah. I know. Today's reading is 6 hours. I have to read for 6 hours today, and it is already 6 o'clock. No, it's 5 o'clock. So technically, if I start now, I could get done at 5, but I have stuff I have to do. So I'm gonna be up late is all that I'm saying, really. Let's just get this reading grind going, you know? I'm gonna be so real right now. My plan that I'm gonna do to get through this week is to mood read. Number one, I think it's the only thing that will get me through it reading these hours. And I'm severely overestimating the time, like, that it's going to take me to do this, because I feel like if I underestimate it, then I'm gonna be like, oh crap, that's a lot more reading that I don't do. Whereas if I overestimate it, that's reverse psychology right there. My plan is to mood read. It just so happens that the 2 books that I'm in the middle of right now are not mood reads. We have The Great Railroad Race, and we have The Land of Stories Beyond the Kingdom. I believe I talked about these in a video recently, probably my recent, I think is when I started these. I'm like 48% through this one, and I think like 30% through this one, so I actually think that I can get both of these books done. It's only day 1 and I've made it to the halfway mark, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I got up early for work, so I'm a little tired, but we're trying to work through it. I think like one of them I made it 55% through, and the other one I made it like 68% through. I don't feel like doing the math currently, so you're stuck with that. I don't think I'm gonna make it, y'all. Ooh, I love Pigs in a Blanket. They're talking about that right now, and it's making me hungry for Pigs in a Blanket. It's about 11:30. I have like 2 hours left on this for today's reading. 6 hours is a lot of reading in a day, especially not broken up very much. Finished The Land of Stories. Book 4, reread. I rated it a 3-star, or I rated it a 4-star. It was good. These books, like the series in general, definitely 5-star read, but honestly, finishing this one, I read like 3/4 of the book, I think, in like today. So it's kind of a blur. Finish this one. I'm gonna take a little break though and like do my laundry or something, because I can't sit in that chair or I will fall asleep. And if I don't put my laundry away, I will fall asleep with my laundry. Let's finish this. I just finished my 6 hours. It is currently like 1 o'clock or something. I finished the other book. I rated it a 3-star. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow, but I'm going to bed. Good morning. I just spun my hours for today. Praying to God I got less. Literally got 7 hours. So this is gonna be a long freaking day of reading. I love reading, but yesterday I was exhausted. I didn't want to be up that late reading. I was tired. But today we're gonna be smarter. We're gonna start earlier. And I'm officially out of my tea, so we're gonna have no energy. We're gonna be optimistic. Today I learned in my Bible study about wisdom. So we're gonna ask for that. But we're also gonna ask for strength today. Thank you, Jesus. We're starting off today with reading Abby Jimenez, Yours Truly. I've heard raving reviews about this book, so I'm excited. I'm also gonna annotate it because I've literally watched like 10,000 people cry reading this book, so I have all my things. I think this is gonna keep me more entertained. So I'm like ready to go. I did just realize I didn't give a little summary about the book, which is probably important, but whatever. This is about Brianna and Jacob, who are 2 doctors, and I believe Jacob struggles with like anxiety and all that stuff, and so his encounter, he's like a new doctor, I guess, and his encounter with Brianna is like really bad. Like she does not like him, and he gives off the wrong impression, and then like she's like, I actually hate him, like he sucks and all this stuff, and then he sends her a letter, and basically like in that letter, I guess he explains like what's going on, how he struggles with social anxiety, all this stuff, and I think that's how their romance starts blooming. So let's get into this. Yesterday, I failed at doing my hours. I had 7 hours and I got down to 4 hours. I did about 3 hours. Anyway, today I spun the wheel and I only got 1 hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add my 4 hours to that. So today I'm gonna try and read 5 hours to try and make up. Here's what we've learned. Doing finals week and semi-finals week while trying to read for hours and hours on end every day, not the brightest thing to do. Still reading Yours Truly. I got about 16% in. I got to page 72 yesterday. Why did this take me 3 hours to read? Because I'm annotating. Kidding right now? Their relationship is so wholesome. These little, oh my gosh, they're just so cute. Oh gosh, we cannot start the waterworks today. Again. It says, she drew me out, made me feel comfortable, and the words just flowed. She made me feel interesting, like she wanted to know about me and what I had to say. That's so sweet, okay? That's just so sweet. She's such a little sweetheart. I have about an hour and 20 minutes left on my timer, which means I can literally finish at least yesterday's reading, and then I have 1 hour left. So that would be for today. So I'd still be behind, but it's only an hour. That's so much better than before. So we're just gonna pretend if I can catch up and keep on track, like that'd be great. I'm genuinely shocked. It's like literally just a wholesome book, at least right now where I'm at. Like wholesome, getting to know you. We've gotten to know the characters for like 220 pages so far, and like we're learning and growing with all of them and getting to know them. And I genuinely feel like I've liked this one a lot more than the first one. I don't really recall the first one very much, to be honest, but I remember there's a goat. It's about two people whose lives like ultimately are in a place of just suckiness. Like their lives genuinely just suck. And like in the midst of that being, their lives being terrible, they're able to find like joy and happiness and, you know, almost not their old selves, but kind of like who they're growing into and who they're going to be like in the future and stuff. And so I think that's really wholesome, especially like in the period of life that I'm in right now. The stuff that's happening in here is not happening to me. I'm not, you know, this is not a spoiler because it literally says on the back, but like she's going through a divorce and he's dealing with some drama with his family. And it's like, that's not happening to me. But like the point of life where I'm in, where I'm trying to figure out my next steps and stuff, it's just like a really overwhelming place. And so it's almost like giving me hope, like, yeah, you can still have those happy moments and find happiness and joy and all of that, even in the midst of darkness, which is pretty cool that this book conveys that. You know what other book conveys that? The Bible. It is day 4 of this challenge, and I'm very excited to say we got another short number. We got 2 hours, and I have 1 hour from yesterday, so I'm gonna add them together, and I have 3 hours to read. I think I've read like a little bit. I don't know how far I have, but I've been reading a little bit throughout the day. I do want to say I did get a calendar, so I'm really excited about that because my other one is almost out. So this is going to be super nice for school, and I have to write stuff down to remember it. This is the progress I've made in this book. I didn't make it to my goal yesterday. It's still written on my Goodreads that I did, but I'm currently on page 263. This book has genuinely been really, really good. Really good, especially for the period of life that I'm in right now. I think I talked about it a little bit yesterday. It's just really giving hope, I feel like, on situations that are difficult and seeing other people struggling through life, especially in a romance book. Like usually everything's pretty lighthearted and there's not really much and there's just like a third act conflict. And whereas in this book, I feel like there's conflict in every page that you turn, not relating to the actual romance. And there's things that are happening that, you know, are terrible things and not good, and things aren't going right. And there's just that hope to hold on to and keep on keeping on and keep going and taking it one step at a time and stuff. And so that is what I'm trying to live by. And honestly, even though this is a fictitious book, it definitely is giving me hope in my life right now. It's realistic to me, and it's making me feel not as alone with my situation, which is not even true. Like, I feel like the period of life I'm in, everybody like goes through it at some point. It's the next steps, whether you go to college or not, or whether you're, you know, moving forward in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, those years are something that happens to everybody. So don't mind my hat. It's been a rough time. I spun 5 hours for today, but I have my orientation today for UCF, so I didn't get to obviously read 5 hours, and it's like 10:30. I have 2 hours from yesterday, and I haven't been able to catch up, so about 7 hours left. I'm gonna try my best to finish it. I'm gonna finish out today. We did not succeed in this challenge, which is a real bummer because I was feeling so great at the beginning of it. That's okay. We have definitely learned, and I will say this again. I've said it already, I know, multiple times. Doing this during finals week not the go. And I'll probably let you guys know what I think of this book in my reading wrap up. If you liked this video, great. That's awesome. I'm gonna wake up. Okay, bye.